There's something that happens to people when they start working a corporate job. You walk in as a completely normal person, they give you a laptop, an Outlook account, a badge, and suddenly you have a work personality. You start saying things that you never said before. You start pretending emails are way more important than they actually are. Some people start actually walking around like they got security clearance like at Lockheed Martin. And then eventually you realize everybody's playing a character, including you. And there's a name for it. Corporate LARPing. What is corporate LARPing? Well, some of you guys might already know. LARP stands for live action role playing. Normally, you would associate that with people dressing up like medieval knights and fighting each other with foam swords. But corporate LARPing is basically the same thing, except instead of armor, you get a quarter zip. Instead of a sword, you get a company laptop. And instead of fighting a fucking dragon, you're fighting fucking Excel spreadsheets. Corporate LARPing is exactly what happens when normal human beings collectively agree to start performing the behaviors we associate with actually being professional. And some of these behaviors actually make sense. Others, nah. I'm just convinced we just keep on doing this because everyone before us did. One, let's talk about the language. The easiest place to see corporate LARPing is the language. Nobody asks you a question, they reach out. Nobody talks about something later, they circle back. You don't understand something, you need clarification. And God forbid somebody wants to talk to you privately. Hey, can we take this offline? Like, bro, like what's there to take offline about? We're standing next to each other. But eventually something terrifying happens. You start talking like this as well. I caught myself saying, I just want to touch base one time. Not gonna lie, like, bro, I'm black. Touch base? Like, bro, I get it. Like, bro, the regional vice president of emails, that's how I be feeling. Then performing important. Then there's a performance of being extremely important. Laptop open, coffee nearby, AirPods in, walking aggressively through the building, which I think I'm pretty good at, I'm not gonna lie. And I think that's one of the funniest parts of corporate culture. Sometimes the actual task is incredibly normal, but the ceremony surrounding the task makes it sound like you're preventing a fucking nuclear disaster. Sorry for my cousin. We need all stakeholders aligned before moving forward. Quotation marks. Moving forward for what? We're changing the font on a PowerPoint, bro. Like, but number 3, everyone does it. But that's the uncomfortable part. Corporate LARPing actually serves a purpose. Professionalism requires a certain amount of performance. You can't walk into a job interview and say, I saw y'all were paying $30 an hour and I enjoy having somewhere to live. Even though that's probably the most truthful answer somebody could get. Instead you say, I'm really excited about the opportunity, blah blah blah, to grow within the organization. And both you and the interviewer know what's happening, but we continue. Then the switch. Objectively speaking, corporate LARPing is simply the collection of language, behaviors, and social expectations people adopt to function within professional environments. It's weird, it's sometimes unnecessary, but ultimately it's just part of working corporate America. Okay, see, like right there, I'm not gonna lie, like right there, that's a perfect example. The first 3 minutes of that video was a script I wrote so YouTube doesn't flag my shit and doesn't, try to say I'm not, on brand or I'm not marketable. I literally wrote that. That's what corporate LARPing is. YouTube is my employer. So first 3 minutes, I had to LARP like this video was actually going to be something insightful. But it is. Yeah, now that everybody that really rides with me is still past the 4-minute mark, welcome. Thank you for still being here, you feel me? I know I got some subs that's still watching that stay 4 minutes past it. Like, what is this nigga talking about? Alright, but as you can see, I'm on my drawing tablet. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna talk about that later though. Like, why I'm gonna use my drawing tablet. I might cut that part out. But I think this is important to talk about right now, why I'm pulling this out too. I know this isn't part of the corporate LARPing video, but the new YouTube partnership program expectations went from 4,000 watch hours to 8,000, which, that's perfectly fine for me. I'm just gonna start putting out longer videos. But back to the regular scheduled program. Yeah, corporate LARPing is crazy. I don't know if there's gonna be a story time or if I'm gonna stick to my intro and just stick to some of the topics. But yeah, bro. Like for me, I would probably say the worst thing about having a corporate LARP, because one, like I said, as you can tell by my skin tone, for me, corporate LARPing has to be a skill that you are 110% good at all the time. Like, especially since I have locks. If you haven't seen that video, like, bro, like you have to corporate LARP harder. That's why I feel like a lot of black people don't really do good at corporate America as well, because we're 100%. Our culture is 100% being real. Keeping 1,000% with you. That's not even yeah. Especially like growing up, like your parents keeping it real. They always tell the truth to you. Like they're always gonna tell the truth. So like when you go to these corporate places and when you get these jobs, bro, you find out a lot of it is just being around the bush and not people not really saying how they feel. And I feel like just because everybody has a deep dive into the Black American culture, it's harder for people to believe that we actually give a fuck. And that is true. I think that, like I said, this video, it's a lot of it's acting, bro. Like a lot of it's the opposite of what we do, keeping it real. Like I said, and that's why I feel like this perspective, I have such a very rounded perspective about this whole position, because I've seen how it can benefit, how corporate LARPing can benefit and how it doesn't. And this is for like, and specifically for the younger generation, like Gen Z, like people in my age group. Like it's harder for us, since we've had the internet, it's harder for us to walk into a very corporate job and believe anything and do anything with Because we've seen our parents, we've seen our grands, we've seen relatives, we've seen media, especially media. They've shown us the reward of doing that, coming in, LARPing. Especially now, like, people's jobs are getting stripped from them. Like, people who are actually were good corporate LARPers, people who were always on task, people who are always supposed to do. So I just think that especially now, corporate LARPing has no benefit. And if and for the people that it is beneficial for, that's who it's beneficial for, and it's gonna stay beneficial for. And yeah, it's like I said, the corporate LARPing, I know it's a very broad topic, but it has so many aspects. Like I said, the language too, like especially for me, bro. Like, bro, I'm gonna be so real with you. Like, bro, like be for real, bro. Like I can only code switch for so long. You feel me? Like, and if you know what code switching is, I know that's not my intro, but for the people who know, code switching is generally a term for our community for where we have to basically switch up the way we talk, switch up our vocab when we're at work. Basically how I said, but it's our version. And yeah, I'm not very good at doing it on command, but like but a lot of it is based on politeness. A lot of code switching is based on politeness, especially I feel like Gen Z could take that. But yeah, there's really nothing you can. There's really no other vocab. Like it's specific words and specific vernacular that's required too. Like even if a word, like even if I say cool, like I say cool a lot, I feel like me saying cool in a workplace is still like damn, this nigga speaking jive, like damn, like, but I'm really not. But you see what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. I feel like that my perspective, a black guy's perspective, is really stable. Like bro, like I got to LARP 1,000% more. And if you watch my previous videos, where I really do most of my damage when it comes to corporate LARPing is my appearance. And I feel like that's the only really way you can. I got locks. And that's what I'm saying. If you really want to see that perspective about having locks in corporate America, you go check out the video. But I talk about it too. Like corporate LARPing, 50% of corporate LARPing is definitely looking the part. Not even gonna lie, 75% of corporate LARPing is looking the part. And I'm dead ass not even lying to you. And if you know, you know. And I don't even know, I'm gonna check my intro. I don't even know if I said that in the intro, but damn, I'm looking at this. I'm sending this video. I don't know how these people are putting out longer videos. Like, YouTube really wants longer videos, but I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Like, bro, I'm looking at my timeline for this. They just want niggas to start yapping. Like, what they want me to make shows now, bro? Like, take a sip. If you really still watching past 10 minutes, 11 minutes, I fuck with you, bro. If you watching past the 11 minute and 25, well, it's gonna be sped up, so I might not. But if you still watching past this part, you a real one. I'm not even gonna lie, cause I'm getting off topic like a motherfucker. But I'm being dead ass, bro. Like they really want, especially like us, story time. I'm getting hella off topic. I'm sorry, but if you still, my average view duration like 2 minutes. So if you still here, I fuck with you, gang. Like let me know down below if you still here. But yeah, I don't know how. I don't know how YouTube storytime animators are gonna be able to put out longer videos, cause I struggle putting out a 4 to 5 minute. Like shit, and that's LARPing right now. I'm LARPing, struggling putting out the 4 or 5 minute videos, bro. Shit, low key. Come on, and I looked it up on Google. I don't know if it might be fake news. It might be fake news, but who knows? That's really the inspiration. They really said 8,000 watch. I might bet we gonna try to put out 30-minute video, 20-minute video. I'm like, damn, I don't even talk this. I'm off topic. Like, hopefully you guys are enjoying the drawing. At least you guys are enjoying the. But I am yapping. But that's what they want though. Like, I could dead ass fucking call my homie right now and y'all can listen to the conversation, and I still not touching the 8,000 watch hour. God damn it. Fuck. But nah, yeah. Yeah, bro. I'm dead ass just yapping. Like, I can keep on talking about corporate LARPing. I think I might just keep on talking about corporate. But yeah, back to like what I be wearing and shit, bro. But on day-to-day basis, I wear usually the polo with the slacks, and then I probably wear some like Air Max. What Air Max are those with the lines going through them? They look like a ball with horizontal lines going. The 720s, I don't know. But I be wearing those a lot. I don't wear professional. I'm a size 13. Can't be fitting those, bro. I be dead ass for professional shoes. I remember when I first had to start corporate LARPing, I had to get my professionals from fucking Ross. The only place with fucking, yeah. I be wearing quarter zips too. But polos, quarter zips. I'm trying to switch it up now. I've been thinking about it too. I'm probably might switch it up. I've been thinking about getting like the like those athletic quarter zips. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we gonna get there. What do we at? We have 14 minutes. Damn, bro. We not making. They want 8,000 watts. I'm like, what am I at right? Let me see. What am I at right now, bro? Let's talk about. Cause I'm really pissed. Cause what am I at? I'm at 680 watch hours. I'm cooked. I gotta get that before. It's not even about the watch hours though. Like don't get me wrong. But I'm like, it's gonna be kind of crazy to see at 4,000 and go to 8,000. I'm not uploading shorts because I blew up on YouTube once making shorts, and I'm not really a fan of. It's the juice is not really worth the squeeze. Like I said, another LARPing. You got a LARP again. You got a LARP actually being a good shorts creator. Just throw a whole bunch of them hoes out, acting like you actually care about making shorts. Most creators don't care about making shorts. Most shorts, unless they're making like very detailed specific shorts. That's another LARPing. Yeah, bro. Like I said, I hope you guys are enjoying the drawing. Like I said, I had to pull out I deadass have my drawing tablet in the garage. I'm like, usually most of my videos are made on my iPad Illustrator Fresco. And then I have the software version on my PC. You know, put them in. I After Effects. I'm like, dang, bro, there's no way. There's no way I'm gonna be able to do all that and upload what 20, 30 minute video. And I don't want this video to seem like I'm complaining. I want y'all to communicate with me too, bro. Like 8,000 watch hours is kind of fucking insane. Insane. Like they really want us to LARP 8,000 watch hours. They want us to LARP for free as See, I'm sticking on topic. Yeah, we gonna get these fucking minutes. God damn it. Fuck, bro. Yeah, bro. Dead ass. You have to LARP. Like right now, I'm LARPing being a YouTuber. My shit not monetized. I should not monetize. Gang corporate LARPing. Gotta play by their rules. Like dang. No, yeah. But getting back on topic though, there was at my previous job there was this guy. Yeah, I ain't gonna say too much. There's this guy that he got hired around the same time as me, but this nigga was like 40, bro. But he was like, bro was weird. He always was talking about how sheltered he was, and he not saying he was weird because he was 40 and that he lived with his dad, but he was just very weird vibes. But I remember when we first got hired, we didn't really talk, but I would say around like 6 or 7, we probably started having casual conversations, and he started telling me, about his lifestyle, and he was, corporate LARP, and he wore a button up every day. He was decent at corporate LARPing, and I remember when we first started having like these brief conversations. Mind you, keep that in mind. Like I said, this is the most amount of talking I've done on this video than on my previous. We would have brief conversations, and he started to get very excited because he was saving up to move out. Mind you, this nigga took the bus. So he took the bus to work every morning, a 2-hour bus. He was saving up to move out of his dad's apartment. Mind you, stay with me. This is still corporate LARPing. I remember up until so I would check on. We basically have, and I remember he told me he found a place and moved in. Woody whoop. And then I'd probably say like a month after that, we were having monthly, half year monthly review, not half year employee work reviews, y'all know. And I was chilling. My employee review was fine. But this is a true story. The guy that we would have conversations on, mind you, he's 40 years old. I'm gonna tell you why he did this too. Stay with me now. He did his review meeting with the boss, and he was basically saying, him and me and him we did a lot of talking together, and that's why his production was down. And mind you, I had to figure this out on my own, but here's how I found out. The next day, the boss came in, she was like, yeah, I know your review was fine, and maybe talking doesn't affect your productivity, but the other person has been wanting to tell you that they don't really want to talk, and mind you, my boss was a lady, she needed to focus, and and like just don't talk to crazy. That's crazy work. That's crazy. And I was gonna make a story time. I didn't want to tell the story, but if you make it to this part of the video, I'm gonna make another specific video about this specific topic, but it's still in like the corporate LARPing. But I'm like, yeah, I couldn't believe she actually came up to me. Mind you, I'm early 20s. The fact that he was comfortable with me, mind you, I don't talk to bro. Like I don't talk to dude. I don't talk to dude. We've only had conversations that he started up. And when you're in a room with another coworker for a long period of time, sometimes it'd be rude not to say something to that person. So I was fine with I should have just ignored him. But yeah, so basically he corporate LARPed, basically lied on my ass saying, oh yeah, it was him who was basically talking. I'm like, bro, this is the most amount of talking on this video I've done in my job. That's why I'm like, corporate America is a very weird place. It's not only is it like a role-playing role, but there's hierarchies. That's what I'm saying. It's definitely like medieval LARPing, like with tiers and ranks and stuff. Like that's really dead ass how it is. And like I said, as a black guy, bro, you're always gonna be seen as I don't even want to say as low tier, as somebody who's not participating in LARPing. That's why I'm like, it really just sucks. But that's a true story. And my response to her, I didn't even defend myself because, like I said, can't really defend yourself, especially me. It's gonna look aggressive, like got aggressive. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. But I think that was a really set in stone example, like how serious corporate LARPing gets. And I understand why he did it. I understand why he snitched or why he sold me out. The nigga just moved out his dad's house. The nigga still taking the. I don't no shade. Like I'm not comparing lives. But I really haven't. I haven't had those types of struggles in a while. Feel me? That being said, I understand he has bills to pay. So I feel like my boss probably put him in a position where she was probably questioning his productivity, and he had no option but to throw me under the bus, which is kind of crazy. It's sad. He has bills to pay, and I think that's kind of on brand for this video. Like definitely on topic. How serious corporate LARPing can get. It can get very, very fucking very serious. Like people be ready to like throw each other under the bus, and that's why I'm gonna release a video probably soon about never trusting your coworkers. Never trust your coworkers. Don't tell them nothing. Don't tell them about your life. Don't tell them what you do outside of work. Cause that nigga really threw me under the bus. Yeah, and I didn't want to throw him under the bus. Cause that's what I'm saying. That's how I know he was doing a lot of talking. Cause he done told me some real shit. He done told me some real shit about himself that I don't even feel comfortable saying on the internet. That's why I'm like, bro, corporate LARPing, yeah, like it's that serious. Corporate LARPing is that serious. Like people's livelihoods. A lot of these people have kids and stuff. So And like I said, on brand, that's why people corporate LARP, because they usually have a lot of bills to pay. They usually have kids, which it makes sense. But as for somebody who doesn't have those things that tie me down, it's kind of like, yo, I can look at it from a different perspective. Like, y'all are insane. You guys are not moving like normal people. This is not a functional work environment. The way these mentalities, the way our mentalities have to be while we're here, the way we have to act, the way we have to LARP while we're here is not normal. All for a paycheck. And like I said, this is really, I feel like this is a very Gen Z topic, because we don't really go for that bullshit, bro. It's hard for us because we've seen several generations. Like I said in the intro, we've seen several generations do it. So people look down on Gen Z and be like, yeah, just join the rat race because we did it. Like, bro, like there's no reward to it, and we could lose our jobs at any moment, like as we seen. So there's really no benefit. And like that story time, I'm gonna go a little bit more in on that story time in another video. Yeah, but like I just want to point out how serious corporate LARPing is. Like you have to play if you have something to live for. If you have people to support, you have to corporate. And I think that's the other side of the coin. Like, yeah, it's all fine, it's all funny and shit, whatever. What I was talking about having to wear a quarter zip, but I'm being dead ass. Oh, and like the quarter zip and the glasses. If you watch my being a dreadhead in corporate America video, like your wardrobe is gonna do 75% of the work. And if that's the case, there's a reason why corporate America looks the way it does. And I'm no shade. I'm not even finna go there because it's not that type of channel. But that's just my point of view. Like, yeah, if that's it's very serious. You literally have to LARP to keep your job, to get a paycheck. You want that rent, you want that nice car, you want to have an apartment, you want to have that mortgage. I don't know how the fuck you want all of that, bro. You got to LARP. That's the minimum. That's the bare minimum. I said 75% wardrobe, and I feel like 5% hard work, especially now with AI. I got so many corporate experiences, especially like, yeah, most of these corporate jobs is 5% work. So what's that? 80%. I'd probably say 10% communication, like sending emails. What's that? I don't even know, like miscellaneous mishaps. Like, bro, it's so weird, bro. I was just talking to my parents about this because they've been in corporate. They even the old heads know this shit's outrageous. It's just they have bills to pay, so like they get to go home. They as soon as they done larping for 10 hours, they going outside to a fucking Benz or fucking BMWs or Range Rover. These people in corporate America love their Range Rovers. I'm seeing Maseratis now, especially out here in Cali. Like you can't trick Gen Z into corporate LARP and not give us nothing. We got shit to show for it. Like I got a car, that bitch paid off. It's decent, but I'm not driving. That's an A to B car. Like meaning that shit can get me from point A to B. Like dead ass, bro. If you haven't seen that video, having a car in high school, check that shit out. I just dropped that shit like a day ago, 2 days. But yeah, like for them, it's easy for them to corporate LARP because as soon as they're done, boom, walk outside, parking lot. They got the VP parking spot. Boom, Maserati. They get inside. That bitch start up. Soon as you start up, that shit don't even make no noise. Doo 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 doo. Little nice ass sound like, bruh. It's easy to forget that you was just slaving when you walking outside to a spaceship. I swear to God. Then they go home. Yeah, I'm getting deep now. Yeah, I'm on top. Then they go home, right? I'm on their ass now. Then they go home, right? Today they could be penthouse, condo, or that house they bought in 1970. They done spent 50 grand on it now. Now they still living on it, and that's 80% of their wealth. They gonna sell it for 2.5. They going home to a lavish life where they so shit. These niggas social security. I don't even know where these niggas just got a savings where they can that shit paying off their property taxes. They ain't gotta worry about property liens. They ain't gotta worry about nothing. They ain't gotta worry about none of that. Then they open their Samsung Galaxy Fold S3, and then they check to see how many Airbnb reservations they done got on the app because they own like 4 to 5 homes. And then they like, yeah, and then they eat they Jenny Craig or they fiber protein meal because that's probably the worst part of their life because they old as fuck. And then they go home and they do the same shit again, over again. That's how they LARP. They got shit to show for it. They got a head start. So I'm like, bro, these new niggas, bro, these new people, these new Gen Z, you can't get them to corporate LARP. That shit is impossible. That shit's not happening. It's not happening. Shit, I'm at the 30-minute mark. We doing it, man. We low key doing it. But I speed my videos up, like I said. I speed it to 125. So if this is the 30-minute mark, no, and shit, it's probably gonna be okay. 28 minutes, probably. Oh, that's actually not that bad. I don't know if I'm gonna take spaces. I'm gonna see if there's a plug-in so I can take that. I'll be taking out dead space the whole fucking day on this video. Yeah. 30 minutes. What else can I talk about corporate? What else? What else can we talk about for corporate LARPing? Can we talk about? I think that's pretty much it. Not gonna lie. I think I pretty much covered every topic. I pretty much touched about this topic. Yeah, all I can say is I did it. 30 minutes. If you still here, comment down below. I made it to the end of the video and I heard what. Type that in the comments. And I want everybody to be clueless. You know, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, bro. First 30-minute video. YouTube gonna push it too. They gonna be like, oh, you LARPing even harder now. Yeah, you LARPing for free. I sure am. I sure am.